Hello and welcome to another wicked gameplay video. Today we're going to be looking at a scenery package that looks pretty awesome. Now I haven't actually looked at this myself yet, and as you would have seen in one of my other scenery videos, I'm pretty passionate about flying in nice stunning scenery, and I think talking about it and bringing it out there is going to help promote those developers that do great work and improve the X-Plane landscape overall, which is part of why I wanted to share this package with you. So the package I'm looking at is by what I think is pretty new developers to the X-Plane scenery world. They're called Beti-x. Now these guys aren't full-time from what I read. They're not full-time X-Plane 10 scenery developers, but they are game developers, and they do work on other games, a lot of sort of like mobile type games. So, they have the skills to bring to the table, and this is what I believe their first scenery package for the airport CZST Stewart. I think it's called Stewart, so that's all I kind of know about it. And Stewart, I believe, is part of Canada. It's the airport in a small town located in the beautiful wilderness of British Columbia, just across the border from the Alaska's Misty Fjords National Park. That's what it says on their website. This is their first scenery, and it looks, from the pictures, pretty amazing. So I thought I'd share it with you, and put the word out there. And if you're into X-Plane and you're interested in great looking scenery, let's just check it out and see what we think. I'm really looking forward to it. First thing, I've loaded up my scenery, not my scenery, I've loaded up X-Plane 10 with no sceneries installed. I only have the HD mesh scenery, and to be honest, this airport looks pretty good straight out of the box with HD mesh, if there's HD mesh available in this area. I didn't even check that, but what I'm seeing right now looks pretty cool. I mean, there's no airport buildings, but it looks like a pretty nice area, which is also a good reason to check out some scenery packs and explore some areas that you've never been. So let's, as I've done in the past, let's take a quick flight up into the air and have a little look around the area, and then I'll get the scenery going, and we'll compare the two and see what we think. So today I'm flying the Malibu Mirage by Coronado, which I've done a quick review on, which is a very nice aircraft. So the scenery here looks pretty good. I have to admit, the X-Plane scenery isn't too bad. It's actually, for out of the box scenery, it's still, fairly plausible, I think, and still looks reasonably nice, considering, the amount of work that's required to develop really good scenery, especially across the whole world. I'll try and back off on my throttle there a bit. Alrighty, so let's just try and bank over to the right here. We'll have a little quick look around. Let's quickly jump in here. I'm sure this is on Rich. We shouldn't fly straight into the mountains, so I'm just going to get some more revs up here. Get us back on the outside. As you can see, it's still a pretty nice area overall. Look at that lake. Pretty amazing. Let's just get a little bit more height and get up above these mountains here. We're losing some altitude. Still pretty nice, but very natural and bare. Not really much happening here. Now, if you haven't seen the pictures of this airport from Beti-x, it's not a huge airport, but I believe a lot of the texturing, the tree placement and all that sort of thing is kind of all hand done. So, you know, from what I saw, it looks like they've put a lot of effort into kind of creating something very picturesque and beautiful. So I'm pretty excited to see what it looks like. And just look where this airport is in the middle of these two mountains here. Get a bit closer to the mountains. Probably not something you'd want to do in real life. But you can see there's not really much here, other than just some pretty reasonable default scenery. Just got too much pitch. But you know, still pretty nice looking area overall. Alright, so what I'm going to do is I'll stop here, I'll reload with the new scenery, and we'll take a look at what the other scenery has to offer. I'll see you in a minute. Okay, so we're back. I've now loaded the scenery. I'm here at one of the ramps, or the starting areas. And look at that, just look at the detail of those buildings, pretty cool. This tarmac area here looks pretty amazing. I love the way it's got the kind of warm bitumen. That looks absolutely awesome. We've got some grass sort of clicking in here, but yeah, that's alright, I can live with that. I did actually play around here for a bit, and I did manage to run into one of the buildings just to see if I could go through it, and you can't. So there is some collision detection there that you just cannot, you know, coast through a building. But look at the detail in the buildings here and the road. It's quite a lot of detail put into this area. There's also been a huge amount of trees added. You've got all these trees around the bottom here, and up the top here, look at that mountain. It looks absolutely amazing. Look at that. Yeah, that looks pretty spectacular, I think. Pretty blown away. Pretty impressive. The buildings look amazing. They've definitely put a lot of detail into making looks look very realistic. So what I thought we'd do is just jump on the runway, do a little fly around just to see how much coverage they've done, because they're not just covering the airport specifically. They're also covering a little bit of the surrounding area, which is pretty good. So I'm in my Grumman Traveller. It's actually one of my favourite general aviation aircraft, and I'll be doing a review on this aircraft pretty soon. If I haven't already done it, I may already do the review of this aircraft before you see this recording. So what I love about this aircraft is the windows. It's really cool. It's got a really cool top here. Just to open that, it's a bit like a convertible. Now I don't know if you could really do that in a real plane, My understanding is you could open it to some degree, but probably not to that level. I was probably going to taxiing a little bit too quickly along here. So I've already got my flaps down actually. My test run. I think that's good enough. Let's just swing this around. The brakes off there. Just turn this around. Look at that scenery. It just looks absolutely amazing. If this is what we've got to look forward to, then I have to admit, I'm really looking forward to scenery like this. You know, to match some of the Orbix stuff that we see in FSX Prepared, I believe, that they're supporting now. So, you know, I really like to see something similar in X-Plane, so I'm really keen to, well, already handed out some of my money to support these guys and show them that there is some people interested. Look at that scenery, it looks absolutely cool. Okay, let's get off the ground, just make sure. Know why when I start up. Sometimes I forget to put my fuel pump on. Okay. I think we're pretty good. Let's get this bad boy going. We've already got our flaps down. Just rudder into the middle of the runway here. Try and keep it straight. That's scenery. Look at that airport detail there. Those buildings look absolutely amazing. And you can see as we fly out, the scenery is still going. Like, this is all still part of it. You can see the trees are all still here, the additional trees. Look at the buildings back there. We're going to do a quick fly over that again. Like, look at that. That looks pretty amazing. Now, I've only got, we've got some more buildings here. Looks like some sort of dredging equipment. I've got a reasonably good machine, one I built myself. Has a mid sort of range board and some decent RAM, but only about 8 or 16 gig of RAM. I can't remember what I put in it. Look at that detail in that mountainside there. It looks absolutely amazing. I love that. And you know, I've kind of got mid-range kind of settings, mid-range to high settings, to give you some idea of how good this looks. Unfortunately, I put it on high. I only have an i5 processor, so it's just too much to record and have all this on high res. Let's just do a little, see if we can just fly around to the right here. I might just get these flaps up actually. There we go. You can see that the scenery maybe just stops just over here, just forward a little bit of where we are right now. Looks amazing. That looks absolutely amazing. I have to admit, I'm pretty impressed. It looks very realistic. The trees aren't super, you know, they're not all round and, you know, contain a lot of volume, but you know, I can live with that. This is, you know, from here, that just looks spectacular. That looks so real. You know, that view there just looks amazing. Now let's just, we've got some buildings here. We'll just jump on the outside of the aircraft here and just have a little look down over the buildings. Maybe I can just jump down here a little bit. We'll just have a look at the airport scenery from up here. Got a little bit of turbulence going. So you can see they've done all this detail around here. This is all done. All this part of the scenery has all been done, you know, by these guys. Look at that scenery there. Let's get down low here. Look at that. That looks amazing. Done quite a bit of work there. Put all that in. Now, if this is the future of X-Plane scenery, I'm pretty impressed. Like, these guys have done a fantastic job, and I'm looking forward to seeing more of this. Like the depth, because of their actual objects there. You know, it looks very realistic. It's not just an image. They've actually put the buildings there, and it gives it that true, realistic representation of the landscape. It's pretty impressive. Big thumbs up to these guys. I'm pretty happy with it. I think anyone who's interested in superb scenery would be pretty stoked with this scenery setup, with this scenery pack. You can see, like, look, we're just continuing flying, and all these trees, I believe, are still part of the scenery package. So look at that. That looks amazing. And this is pretty exciting. I'm just taking it all in. Wow. That's pretty amazing. I'm impressed. I don't know. You guys tell me what you think. Write down in the comments. Tell me if you think this looks amazing. You know, if you are interested in scenery, this is the future. This could be it. This is, if we can show scenery developers that there's support out there, that there's customers out there willing to pay a reasonable amount of money for great scenery, then we're going to see more of this stuff, and we're going to see X-Plane go to a whole new level and a whole new depth of immersion and flying, and that is exciting. By far and away, in my opinion, the nicest scenery I've seen so far for X-Plane. So big thumbs up to the guys at, let me just get there, Beti-x. Go and check them out. Beti-x.com. I'll put a link in the description, but yeah, pretty amazing stuff. Really looking forward to see how this pushes scenery developers to the next level. Like, look at that. Look at that scenery there to the right hand side. That looks amazing. Wow. I'm speechless. So guys and girls, tell me what you think. Do you like it? Write down in the comments. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. It helps improve my channel, and helps me to fund more scenery purchases and product purchases to share with you guys. So guys, I really want to thank you for watching, and we'll just enjoy a bit more scenery before I wrap it up. Don't forget to subscribe. Continue seeing more videos on X-Plane and other simulation games and other games in general, but right now it's X-Plane. Look at that. That looks incredible. I have to admit, this is exceeded my expectations, which is pretty impressive. Well done.